Makes for some pretty unpleasant roll as you're going. It's just not as smooth sailing as it was when the wind was coming from behind us.
Waltzes. We have a dream of converting a sailing catamaran into a completely solar electric liveaboard. And, oh yeah, navigating it around the Great Loop. Now I know what you're thinking. Crazy, right? Well, most great achievements were seen as crazy in the beginning. So hit like and subscribe and add your 2 cents as you follow along to see if this dream can become an adventure. Welcome aboard, Soul Seeker.
G'day mates, let's dive right in with the waltzers, already sailing full tilt towards their first night at anchor. But crikey, Mother Nature's chucking a right spark show with her lightning, forcing our crew to leg it the 2 miles upriver for a safer spot. Jump on board and join the fun.
And so we are off from Reno, headed to Belhaven. We won't get all the way there today. We will stay on anchor for the first time ever for us here in Soul Seeker. So fingers crossed that goes well. Well, it was great. Last night was our first ever in-person dogtails, and it was really neat meeting a lot of people, and specifically Jen and Taya. They were amazing and also helpful. They're just finishing up the Great American Loop as we were just starting, as you know, and so they were able to share some things with us, apps, and even some slides that were helpful from a conference that they went to that you use along with the app's weather information, size of your boat, in order to determine whether you do want to go on the next leg of your journey or whether it's a no-go and you want to actually stay where you are. So we asked their permission if we could pass that along. We already have found it helpful in our decision today and thought it might be helpful for you guys, anyone logging on. So we asked if we could pass it on. They said absolutely. So there you go. Free resources. Yay. So hopefully you'll find that helpful as well. It was awesome just talking life alongside of talking about anchors and the journey and solar catamarans, etc., etc. And so I'm looking forward to continuing and meeting other people as we do this thing. So thanks for logging on. I hope you're finding some things helpful. Bye.
I'm holding pretty steady here at 4.2 knots, 4.8 miles per hour, give or take. 97% battery, and I'm charging while going those speeds right now. Currently, have a beautiful day, and you can see a sailboat just at our port. We actually had to deviate from our path just a little bit, or our heading, change our heading to avoid that sailboat and give plenty of clearance for them to get by. You can see that they have just a little portion of their main sail up. It's not that windy out, but maybe they're just wanting to go gently. Conditions are nice, gentle breeze. It's a beautiful day. Back on the Neuse River, and we are headed for our first anchorage. Spent a lot of time getting the anchor windlass installed yesterday and the day before. Finally got the anchor sorted, and now we're looking forward to spending our first night with no marina fees or docking fees and out in the serenity and silence of just a beautiful anchorage. So one of the things you have to do with the e-propulsion wireless throttles is charge them on occasion, and I have yet to find where the charge status is or charge meter, and so I just put them out in the sun for a while. There's a little solar panel here on the front that charges the throttles, and so it's just best to keep them charged. So we're in a little bit of a long straightaway, so perfect time to set them out and get some juice. I love it. I'm unsure what kind of boat that is. It looks like one of those pilot house boats. They are moving, burning that diesel. And we we will likely come across their wake here in just a little while. We'll have a little bit of bumpiness. They didn't pass too close or anything. They're just big boat going fast. She is a pretty boat. Okay, here we are, about 1,300 watts per motor, as it's going at 4.8 miles per hour, which is roughly 4.2 knots. And battery's at 96%. And we are charging at just at 1.52 amps, give or take. And 20.5 feet of water. And that's a pretty good setup. I honestly am thinking about giving it some more juice and not just going off of solar alone, but consuming some battery, because we can. Here's a beautiful catamaran going by. I think that'd be a fantastic solar conversion right there. Is that Soul Seeker 2.0? No, that's sea money, but imagine something like that covered in solar. Well, hello everyone. We are still en route to our anchorage, and we've got this stretch some pretty good cross seas going on, where you can see the waves are starting from over there on our port and coming across our bow, across our side here, our port side, and going that way due to the wind. It makes for some pretty unpleasant roll as you're going. I'm okay with it, but I mean, it's just not as smooth sailing as it was when the wind was coming from behind us. So, headed to Anchorage. The weather forecast did update, and just there's unpredictable weather at this time of year in this part of the world, and so we went ahead and did our go no-go checklist and decided to go. Looks like we are going to get some rain, so we're gonna see how this goes. This is part of the learning process, right? So we wish you well. Hopefully you will wish us well. Thanks for watching.
Struth, the summer of storms, reckon we could call it Antarctica's revenge, is living up to its name, giving our Soul Seeker and her crew a proper shake-up. They've had to chuck a Yui and bolt for safety. Check out Jason here, one eye glued to the Navionics app on his phone, tracking their progress, while the others squinting at a ripper of a thunderstorm brewing out west.
Well, we've made a plan to anchor today, but we're going to shift that plan because the forecast is calling for some rain in the forecast, possible thunderstorms, and it's better safe than sorry at all times, let alone out on the water, especially when you're new to this type of boating. And so I think we've made a good call. We're going to adjust and make our way to a marina that is nearby. Called in, and she was real kind, said she'd actually go out and help us with docking since we're new to that. So hopefully we can get in there before the weather gets too nasty. I have adjusted. You can see the storms in the distance there. Clouds are starting to converge. But I've adjusted, and I'm really consuming some battery now to kind of try and shave some time off of the arrival. You can see I'm really eating up some battery right now. It's actually still at 81%, so it's not that bad. And we don't have far to go. So we're up to 6.1 miles per hour at 3,300-ish, somewhere between 33 and 3,400 watts. So we're really using the power right now, and 5.3 knots is what the 6.1 miles per hour equates to. So
Fair dinkum, the crew's wishing their filmmaking chops could have caught the wildest, most hectic moments, but when the proverbial hits the fan like this, the camera takes a back seat. Let's jump in with Jason as he has a yarn about the experience.
I am sitting aboard the front deck on Soulseeker and just enjoying a lovely view. The storm blew through, and oh my goodness, it was quite a storm. There was thunder, there was lightning, bad rain. Lezlie did such an amazing job. She took care of business with the lines. We docked our first time where it wasn't so bad. Today is a great day. And as if that wasn't enough, today is our daughter's 25th birthday. Happy birthday, baby girl. 25 years old. That's awesome. Yeah, we made it through the storm, and it was a steady rain. Oh my goodness, it was so bad. It was very scary. Lezlie handled it like a champion, and I didn't do so bad myself. It was okay. There was a lady here at the dock who helped us out a little bit. That was nice. It was a glorious day. Man, while we were mostly underway, out in the Neuse River, and then kind of got into open water. Wow, it was so beautiful. I'm still learning the boat, and so never really know if something's going to go wrong, and if so, what do you do? Always got the radio on and going, okay, I'm ready to say mayday, mayday, mayday. That's just, I think, learning. But anyway, take a look at this view that we're docked at here in Hoboken. Look at that. There are fish jumping everywhere. Shaping up to be a beautiful sunset. And as if on cue, we're docked right next to a pirate ship. I mean, there's always a freaking pirate ship. I don't know why, but they're always there. The pirate ships never go away. And look, surrender your booty. I was like, oh no. So that was funny. It was a huge storm, everyone. Oh my God. The sky exploded with rain. There was thunder, there was lightning. We are brand new to this whole experience of cruising, and we're on a solar electric catamaran. Let me just show you down here. Down that way is where we came in from, and so there's a bend down there, probably, I would say, half a mile. Not terribly far, but I kicked in the motor's full blast, and it used 10% of the battery. Usually I'm not using much battery at all, but oh man, we were going, it was probably 7-8 knots, and it was just trying to edge out the storm. But yeah, there was so much threat looming over there in the distance that we were like, hightail it, let's go. And we got in, and we were kind of getting here just in time, and then all hell broke loose. And the rain came down, the thunder, the lightning. We did get it battened down, got in, we were drenched, and Lezlie handled it like a champ. I mean, she's not wanting to do this thing really. She's wanting to be with me. And so it's just a blessing that she's there. But now, look at that view, and the fish just keep jumping. They keep jumping. Hopefully they'll jump. They will literally jump like big stretches of flying fish going on out here. And we've caught 2 crabs, got a blue crab that's in the pot right now. I'm about to eat that. Song, we're eating that in honor of your birthday. 25 years old, and we got a blue crab right out of the Intracoastal Waterway in your honor. So there you have it. So you have to pull kind of quickly. Bought these today, Here's the line. Watch this. You got to pull kind of quick, and then it closes. It closes the walls around it. So it's closed right now, even though I'm pulling it up. And it's sorry for the wobbliness, but I need both hands. Are you ready? Nothing in that one. This one has only caught a sucker fish. Now this one back here has caught both. The blue crab was a pretty good size one too. It's probably overcooked. I'll have to go check it. There we go. But this one's been a good one. Yep, that closes the walls. No crabs. Actually, all the chicken's just about gone now. And look, there's another looper boat. So now I'm going to take you in and show you the crab that's probably been overcooked. Oh, I can smell it. It smells delicious. Am I able to turn on the light? Gosh, it's dark. That's it. Look at that. Woo! Let's go. Song, that's your birthday crab. We're just going to eat it for you. Dang, that sucker is perfect. Let's go. Oh my. Leslie, gonna eat this one with me?
Some.
I mean, this one looks incredible. The other one was good. This one's awesome.
We interrupt this footage because Jason can't resist the teacher inside screaming to have a turn at the helm. So let's all play Sula Scholars.
Let's take a moment and do some technical breakdown here. So this screen is showing you the actual battery meter itself. Now I want to point out that it is 7:59 in the morning. After the big storm, we had 50% battery remaining. Now at this time, we have 8.8 amps coming into the battery. So the battery is charging, and it is at 153.4 amps remaining, so roughly 50% of our 304 amp hour battery. What I want to do is jump to the solar, because what you're going to see is at the exact same time, we have the first of the pairs. So each of our solar panels are connected in series pairs. So there are two panels, two panels, two panels, two panels, and then finally we've got our flexies, which that's 4 times 100. So that's a series connected, but 4 panels that are 100 watts each, and so they're all connected in series. Up here though, let's take a look. So this first two, we've got 121 watts. Bulk means that it is sending that through the charge controllers, which is what this is showing. See, these are the charge controllers, Victrons. We have the 100 by 20, and so it's in bulk. It's sending all of its power into the battery, and it's doing so at 2.10 amps. And so that 121 watt coupled with this 125 watts is pumping in at 2.10 amps. And then these two, 81 watts at 1.5 amps. So even though we don't have shading to really worry about, our panels were arranged in a very temporary setup. They are slightly angled. This one's not quite as well suited for receiving the sunlight as, say, this pair, which is the most well suited given these numbers. So this shows 157 watts at 2.7 amps. And then the flexies, they're contributing there a little bit at 76 watts, 1.3 amps. So what this is showing us at 8 a.m. in the morning is that, let's take this panel pair right here. So that is 2 times Longi 375 watts. So this should be 750 watts if it was producing max power. Well, it's not producing 750, it's producing 125. Significantly lower, but given the time of day, that is not surprising at all. All the way down, we see that they're producing, so this one here, 4 times 100, so that should be a 400 watts maximum capacity, and it's producing at 76 watts. And so at 8 a.m., I'm actually really impressed with how our system's doing on this day. Let's jump over to the next one. So that shows us at 11:15 a.m. and we are actually underway at this time. But what you're noticing is the sun has risen high into the sky, and now remember the pairs, all these pairs 1 through 4, that's 375 times 2, so that's 750 max power. These are really close to maxing out. So 701 watts at 12.2 amps is really pumping some power into the bus bars. And then down here we got 668 at 11.8, 680 at 12.4, 705 at 12.4, and then those little flexies, look at those little boys go. 340 watts out of a 400 total max at 6 amps. And so all this power is running to our bus bars, and our motors can pull from those bus bars without ever taking a single watt from the battery. And so that's the brilliance of the system, that is all my power is accessible straight to my motors without ever using the battery. So I can be underway while still charging the battery at the same time. So there you go. That's a little breakdown of our power system on a very beautifully sunny day following a really bad storm. I hope that helps you understand when you do see these. Some folks, they're real technical and they're following our channel because they love this stuff. Others like the journey. Others like the beautiful scenery that we try and show, and still others really love Leslie's beautiful music. I love all of it, but if this is something that doesn't really make sense to you, I hope this helps break that down just a little bit.
After smashing through 25 nautical miles and battling that bloody storm, things are looking up for Soulseeker. She's shown she's got the goods. Tune in next week to see if she can back it up and make it to Belhaven, finally drop an anchor for a night on the hook. Catch you then, mates.